Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Morons for February 25th, 2019. This week, let's begin with some of that sweet, sweet male privilege I keep hearing about. Colleges are now dominated by women, creating an education gap afflicting men. I never doubted that equal rights was the right direction, said famed women's suffragist Alice Paul 5 years before her death in 1977. Most reforms, most problems are complicated, but to me, there is nothing complicated about ordinary equality. Yet years after Paul fought for voting equality in the early 20th century, some American institutions have moved away from equality and tipped toward female dominance. Oh, poppycock. It's just diversity. It's just equity. It's all that sweet, sweet equality. And they need more of it, don't you know? One of those institutions is the American college campus, where women have risen to be a majority of students and will likely soon be a majority of faculty. In 1900, only around 5,200 women received undergraduate degrees, accounting for only 19.1% of all such degrees conferred. After making gains in the first half of the 1900s, the proportion of women earning degrees once again plummeted after World War II when the GI Bill tripled the number of men earning degrees. You mean men who were drafted to get shot at in a war had the audacity to go to college when they survived? Well, fuck me, we better fix that shit, huh? Too damn many men sucking up all that privilege and leaving the poor helpless women out. But in the early 1980s, shortly after Alice Paul's death, women for the first time became a majority on college campuses, a status they have never relinquished. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, 57.8% of all undergraduate college degrees and nearly 60% of all master's degrees will be earned by women in 2018. All total, 420,000 more women than men will earn bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degrees this year. Oh, well, never mind then. I guess we did fix that shit. And thank heavens, too. Every girl deserves a free education, and every boy deserves a draft card so he can earn an education by not dying when people shoot at him. That is the equality we're shooting for around here. Yet the question remains, why? You know what? You can read the waffling bullshit PC answers if you like, but every time this subject comes up, everyone seems to forget two things. Number one, there is more free money for women to go to college, because we made it so, trying to help them when they were so oppressed. That's not my opinion, it's a fact. Look it up for yourself. Number two, men and boys throughout the entirety of the educational process are increasingly being treated as defective girls. You have set up education by focusing on what girls need and not just ignoring, but demonizing what boys need. In primary school, for instance, the majority of American schools have eliminated physical education or recess. Boys need that time to burn off nervous energy. They need to be physically active, and yet we've decided to stuff their asses in a chair for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time and lecture them for not being as complacent and well-mannered as the girls. Well, there's a reason for that. They're not girls. They don't work like girls, they don't think like girls, and it's no fucking surprise that they don't act like girls either. That doesn't make them defective, it just makes them different. But we're not interested in different these days unless you're some sort of specialized oppressed minority status. Boys? Oh, fuck no. That doesn't count. You're not minorities, even though you're outnumbered. Somehow the magic of minority doesn't count numbers anymore. It's all about mafeals and historical oppression and any number of other deflecting nonsensical bullshit. Why? Because they're not interested in actually fixing the fucking problem. They're interested in making it worse. So we keep pumping little boys full of Ritalin and turning them into nice, well-behaved little zombies who can't think. And if that doesn't work, well, pump some more drugs into him and tell him how evil he is for simply wanting to go outside and throw a fucking ball for an hour. Boys don't need help. They need massive doses of Ritalin or Thorazine, right? That'll straighten them out. That'll teach them to shut the fuck up and sit there quietly while we fill their heads with bullshit. Did he just ask a question? Well, holy fuck! Get the drugs, quick! I think he's having a thought of his own. We gotta stop that shit. Okay, yes, I'm being ever so slightly hyperbolic there, but you catch the drift. This is how we're treating boys in school these days because they dare to behave differently than the perfect little can do no wrong girls. That is why boys are lagging so far behind, and that is why, by college age, so many boys are not interested anymore. You've made school a living fucking hell for them. Why on earth would they volunteer to do more of it? Okay, Bob, I'm done ranting on that one for now. Let's move on before I forget that we have other stupid shit to cover. School helps students nurture feminist masculinities during Masculinities Month. Oh. See what I mean? Here we go again. Women telling men how to be men because they're just defective girls who need to be taught how to be better girls. I mean, men, or something. The Emily Taylor Center for Women and Gender Equity at the University of Kansas has devoted the month of February to developing feminist masculinities and questioning the collective socialization of men through a slate of activities they've dubbed Masculinities Month. The collective socialization of men. You mean like you are doing right now, collectively branding men as somehow defective and in need of correction. Through these events, the Emily Taylor Center encourages you to learn about and question the collective socialization of men, the traditional masculine script, and the concept of the man box. Consider the relationship between intersectionality and masculinities. Explore the differences between patriarchy and feminism, as well as between patriarchal masculinity and feminist masculinity, the center website states. You don't see it, do you? What you've just said is, trying to fit in the man box we've defined is bad. So come over here and sit in this man box that we've defined instead. You fucking idiots. The only thing I'm questioning is why in the fuck anyone even listens to you dumb shits anymore. Masculinities Month kicked off with a roundtable discussion on the rise of toxic masculinity and woke capitalism, a panel hosted by 5 university affiliates. The event's Facebook page states it was attended by 14 individuals. A lunch forum was also hosted on incels, a community of involuntarily celibate men that, according to the event's Facebook page, promotes violence against women. The lunch featured a presentation on incels hosted by a transgender YouTube personality. The Facebook event indicates that 6 people attended it. Wait, one more time? Attended by 14, attended by 6. Oh. Well, I guess that answers my question then. No one is really listening to you after all. Good. Toxic masculinity time, Bob. And do try to pick a challenge this week, huh? Last week was just too easy. Tennessee woman stabs customer in McDonald's drive-thru line, police say. Now we're talking. Poor, helpless woman sitting in her car to drive through, minding her own business, when some toxic patriarchal thug tried to carjack her, and like the brave, strong, and fearless woman she is, she fought him off with her handy pocket knife, right? A Tennessee woman wasn't apparently loving it while waiting in a McDonald's drive-thru line. Asselin Branch, 29, was arrested and charged with aggravated assault after she allegedly attacked another woman in the drive-thru line at a McDonald's in Memphis on Monday. Branch and the woman were waiting when they got into a physical altercation over their place in line, police said. Branch then allegedly took out a knife and stabbed the other woman in the head. The woman suffered non-critical injuries. Branch was arrested after police traced her vehicle information. She's expected to appear in court later Tuesday. So she stabbed another woman over a spot in the line. Huh. Was there a guy in either car? Well, it doesn't say, but that doesn't mean there wasn't. So... Oh, yes, I can. I can blame anybody I like, whether they're mentioned in the story or not. But fine. I'll play by your rules this time. I won't blame the antagonizing men who were clearly the instigators of this whole thing. Instead, I will blame the line. And lines, as everyone knows, were invented by the patriarchy to keep women down. If they were allowed to just go in the drive-thru any which way they liked, instead of having to queue up in a patriarchal line that forces them into an artificial hierarchy, none of this would have happened. So it's still men's fault. Okay, funny time. Give us a laugh. California college calls the police over a cartoon frog. You're fucking kidding me. Folsom Lake College notified the local police after finding a poster of a cartoon frog stating that hate has no home on our campus. An FLC faculty member found the sheet featuring Pepe the Frog on their office door earlier in February. The school informed the Los Rios, California Police Department about the incident so it would be on heightened alert for any signs that this may be part of a larger trend or pattern, according to an email sent to the school community and obtained by Campus Reform. You're not kidding. You actually called the police because someone hung a cartoon frog on your door next to a sign you put up that declares free speech rallies a fascist dog whistle. You came out of your office, looked at your door full of bullshit and dog whistles, and said, "Oh my God, it's Pepe! Call the police!" I hope they charge you for wasting their time, you fucking idiot. That's it for this week, folks. Remember the social justice mantra: women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. I'll see you all next time.